Good morning, guys. Just finished my morning walk. My hands are still frozen. Every morning I do a morning walk, guys. 20-kilogram vest. I do around 6,000 steps, fasted. You know, I take out my camera on my Instagram story and I always say how grateful I am to see another day and grateful to be alive. And this morning, guys, I just started flowing. I'm fasting 24 hours. I do that every week, guys. You know, I try to not talk about it a lot because I do it for God, but I'm sharing this because when you fast, you get in flow state. I can get in flow state really fast, but when I fast, guys, you know, I connect. And today's message is special. I want to share this and I want to say that I'm not here to attack you or, you know, talk bad about people. I'm gonna say, you know, what Jesus and Holy Spirit wanted me to say. I'm gonna explain, you know, that I am a person that can say this. But first of all, I want to explain, guys, my coaching and the videos that I do, that I make, you know, I always share, we are not a feeling, guys. You need to understand that you cannot identify yourself with a feeling. And in the meaning, guys, you know, you are not fear. You know, when you fear something, for example, speaking in the camera, if you fear that, it's a feeling of fear. It's not real, but you act on it. So you do not speak in the camera. So you do not grow in life, guys. Understand that, you know, control, fear, you know, your ego, the fear of, you know, not sharing your car on social media because it's not a Lambo or expensive car, or your house, or, you know, your body because you're not ripped, or, you know, you're ashamed of something. It's all a feeling, you know. When you act on that feeling, you identify yourself with that feeling. Now, that's what I coach, what I preach and teach, guys, because I lived on feelings my whole life. I lived on feelings my whole life. Crazy, guys. You know, and what happened, you know, I'm going to explain this, you know, guys, you know, being horny is also a feeling. You know, when you get horny from something, it is a feeling. You know, you have a choice. You know, do you act on that feeling or you do not listen to the feeling? It's the same as fear for the camera. Understand this, guys. You know, do you listen to the fear or do you not listen and you make a video? You know, with horny, you get horny from something. Do you listen to that feeling or you step over it and, you know, you do not listen and you continue your life? So understand what I'm trying to explain, that feeling is the devil. The feeling is used by the devil to control the people, control the world, to get in control of your flesh, guys. Crazy wisdom. Understand what I'm trying to say, guys, you know, because, you know, I'm going to say, you know, that, you know, all the feelings are fake. And I'm showing it with my life the last 1.5 years. I wake up at 4:44 every single day without snoozing. No drugs, no alcohol, no porn, no jerking off, no lust in any kind, guys. You know, in any kind. Drugs, alcohol, porn, it doesn't matter. Food, no lust in any kind. So what I've been doing is killing the lust in all areas, you know, by being in control of the flesh, by, you know, waking up, you know, 4:44 without snoozing, praying, reading the Bible, studying the Bible, you know, counting my macros, training every day. Like, I have a lot of things in a day that I jump to each habit and I stay above the feelings. When you don't do that, the flesh takes over the control and you come in feelings, guys. You know, understand this, that I have always lived on feelings for 37 years. And right now I killed that. You know, I feel things, but I do not listen to it. So when I get in lower frequency state, guys, you know, understand that everything is high and low frequency. When you're in a high frequency state, you're at above. When I do the jumps to my habits, you stay above in high frequency state. You don't live on feelings. You know, when you get beneath that line, you're in a low frequency state. You think, you control, you get feelings by thinking. It's used by the devil, thinking. You know, in low frequency state, it uses you think a lot. So that is also why it's very important to do the habits that I do, guys. Again, what I'm going to say is not to hurt anybody. What I'm going to say is that, you know, I want you guys to be saved. I want you guys to understand that feelings are not fake. And I'm going to say it, guys, you know, being gay or being lesbian or being bisexual is a feeling. You know, it sounds crazy, guys, but I'm telling you, it is a feeling. It is lust. It is a feeling, you know. You get horny from something. You listen to that feeling of being horny and you identify with that feeling. The same is if you identify with fear. You identify with that feeling, you listen to that. You know, when you take the road of fear, you will not grow in life, and you will, live on fear, and you will believe that you are that fear. It's the same with being gay and lesbian and bisexual. You know, you get a feeling, you get horny, you get a desire from the flesh. You identify with that feeling of horny. But first, guys, you need to understand that, I did a lot of things in my life. I started to watch porn a lot. I started to use drugs, alcohol, and I watched porn every single day, for so many years. And I started to look at crazy porn at the end. And, I did things in sex parties with my ex-girlfriend. We went to parties, we went drugs, and, we had sex with men and women, even me. I could not live with that, but I got horny from that, Understand, it was a feeling. So I could not get out of my mind, like, what, am I gay? Am I bisexual? What is this? I could not understand what it was, guys, because I could not live with myself. I totally lost myself with the feeling, That one day I stepped out of that. I started to wake up at 4:44, zero drugs, zero alcohol. I found Jesus. I started studying the Bible. Jesus, I say that wrong. Jesus found me, Jesus chose me. I'm chosen. I needed to go in that life, see all that, feel all that, so I can make the wisdom videos that I make right now, guys. So understand, it's a very difficult video to make, but I talk about it because I don't regret about it anymore. Those things happened, I was lost, but it needed to happen. So I don't have any regret of anything in my life anymore. I did it, at that moment I liked it. I was like, what? And then afterwards, when the drugs, worked out, I was like, what? I could not live with myself. I was totally lost, because your soul, your spirit is always guiding you the right way. And it's telling you that is not the right way, A man should not be with a man, or a woman should not be with a woman, or a man should not be with both, a woman should not be with both. Guys, it's in the Bible. The Bible is the truth. The Bible is God's word. I know people will not want to hear this, but it is the truth. So what I'm saying is that's not real, guys, because I'm telling you, being horny is a feeling. It's the devil, I can explain this because once you get horny, or you use drugs and alcohol, you get more horny, guys, Once you use drugs and alcohol, you disconnect from your spirit. Nothing spiritual is, you're not connected spiritually wise anymore. You're just flesh, and you get more horny. It shows that being horny is 100% the feeling and the devil, I'm telling you guys, I didn't find it. Jesus gave me my angel Linda, and I never ever had that horny feeling again. Because being horny, guys, is a feeling. It's the devil. I used to identify myself with being horny, That's what I am and what I need to do in life, being horny. So I was chasing a feeling of getting more horny and watching crazier stuff and doing much crazier things, guys. But it is an illusion. It's fake. Being horny is 100% the devil, guys. So I'm saying that me and Linda, we make love, guys. We have a spirit, a soul, and soul connection. When we make love, you don't have time to film something. You don't have time to think something. Your soul melts, guys. It's, people will say, Mike, being horny, that's not okay. Yes, it is. It is a soul connection. We are not made to watch porn. We are not made to think about sex. We are not made to think. We are not made to live on feelings. This world is ruled by the devil, and it's programming you guys that is the way with feelings. Any feeling, guys. So me and Linda, we make love. We make love, and afterwards, guys, when we're finished, we're melting together. Like guys, I cannot explain it. I'm in heaven. Linda is in heaven after making love. We told each other because we can have lust in the beginning, it was the way we're finding, how to do it. We made lust in the beginning. But along the way, we told each other, this is the devil. We cannot do that. And along the way, we have been growing to that spiritual connection of that melting, your souls together and becoming union, because that's what you need with sex. You cannot have sex with somebody else except your own wife or girlfriend. You need to have sex with somebody that you truly in your heart, in your soul, know that you want to stay with them the rest of your life. I do not want to have sex with anybody else in my life except for Linda. No matter how difficult our relation can be or will be, or how good it is, I just want Linda. The connection with making love, guys, I cannot explain it. It is, and I'm going to tell you, a lot of gay people, say like, yeah, but, it only gets hard from other men or, something else. But I'm telling you, when I'm in bed with Linda and there is no spiritual connection, it doesn't get hard. Because making love is spiritual, guys. It's supposed to get hard from somebody or something. My thing works on Linda. We are one flesh. When I feel something is happening down there, I'm like, Linda, you want to make love. She said, how do you know? Because it works on that. It doesn't work on a feeling or when you see somebody, guys. It's not supposed to get hard from somebody that you see or a man or woman. It's supposed to get, you're supposed to get, in that state, in that frequency state by the connection, by your soulmate, guys. I'm telling you again, the Bible is the truth. It's the truth. It is, guys, it's the truth. Every day, every morning I study the Bible 1.5 hours. And, the world is not going to like me with the video, but, you are not a feeling. So, but I totally understand when you believe you're gay or lesbian or bisexual. I totally understand when, you get that horny feeling and you believe you can do everything and, but deep inside, you know that it's not right. Why is this so strange? And, you see that the feelings are taking over when you give yourself to that, You are gonna live on feelings. You cannot live on feelings. You cannot live on fear. You cannot live on control, guys. Control is fear. You cannot live on lust. Lust, guys. Being horny. Food. You can get lust from food. You can get lust from everything. You need to kill the lust in all areas, guys. This video again, guys, I'm not attacking you. If you believe you're gay, I'm telling you just to understand, to stand back, step out of a feeling, of being horny, a desire, because it's a worldly desire, guys. Your flesh is telling you, you are that. I'm gonna go deeper, guys. I'm gonna go deeper because this is so spiritual, guys. Pedophilia. How do you call that in English? It's the same. It's a feeling. The flesh, the devil gives those people a feeling of desire, of lust, that they want to do something with kids because it's the devil that is controlling. They have a decision to act on that feeling, or not. It's the same with fear, Do you listen to the fear of the camera? Do you listen to it? Are you gonna walk the path of fear in your life? Or are you gonna step over it and not listen to that? The desires, we do not choose the desires that we have in our flesh. We are born with desires and we are here to not listen to any desires, to live in high frequency state, to be in control of the flesh. Guys, crazy wisdom. Understand the video I'm making. Again, I'm not attacking the world. I'm just telling my vision. I can talk about this, guys, because I walked this path, So I truly believe that pedophilia, that they have a choice to live to the lifestyle that I have. Wake up at 4:44 or 5, 0 alcohol, 0 drugs, 0 porn. When you take back control of the flesh, when you get back in power spiritually, you do not have desires anymore. I have 0 desires. All the desires I had are gone. Are gone, guys. Understand what I'm saying here, guys. It's the devil giving them a feeling. Everybody has desires, guys. Most people do not talk about desires. You know, if it's porn or something else. Some people believe they like fat people. You know, their desire is to have a fat girlfriend or a fat husband. And I'm telling you, you know, that's a desire. It's the same. It's the same. Do you listen to it? Do you watch porn with fat people? It's a desire. It's a feeling. You listen to that feeling. You get horny from that feeling. You act on that feeling, guys. You know, it is crazy, but this is the way I needed to make this video. Jesus told me today, Mike, is the day that you need to make this video. You need to share this to the world, guys. And again, guys, you need to understand you are not a feeling. And I totally understand that it is difficult for people to understand. But I'm telling you, how more you think, how more feelings you have. How less you think, how less feelings you have. So if you stay in high frequency state, you know, if you kill it with all the habits that I do, 0 drugs, 0 alcohol, you know, train every day, count your macros, everything is spiritual what I do. I count my macros not because I look good, because I want to control. I want to be spiritual in control. You know, I can eat every day almost the same, but if I don't count it, I'm not in control of the flesh. Understand the difference, guys. Everything is spiritual. Everything is deep. You know, this is powerful wisdom, guys. You know, again, I'm not here to hurt your feeling. I love you. I want you to live in heaven on earth. And that's out of feelings, you know, out of your mind, out of the drugs, out of the lust. I'm telling you, I've been 37 years in living lust and doing stupid things. And now 1.5 years, guys, I'm in control of the flesh. And I'm telling you, this is the way. It's the only way. This is the way to grow. This is the way to get out of your mind, to find peace, to grow in life, guys. I'm telling you. Again, I cannot say enough because this world lives on feelings. So everybody's is attacked. You know, you cannot talk about this because, you know, you have a feeling, you know. I'm telling you, it's a feeling. You are not a feeling. You are not a desire. You are not lust. You are not lust and fear, you know. You are not any of that. You're a soul, and a soul does not have feelings. The body, the flesh has feelings. You are born with desires, and you cannot identify yourself with the feeling. You need to get in control. You need to get back in control by doing the lifestyle that I do and teach and preach, guys. So, needed to make this video, guys. You know, comment under this video. You know, stay in love. You know, stay in respect. You know, because I'm telling you, the people that want to type bad comments, you have desires that you do not talk about. Because God gave everybody desires, you know, to see how strong you are, you know, to see if you are strong enough to control your flesh, you know. So everybody has desires, but nobody talks about it, you know. So this is my video, guys, for today. Massive video, massive wisdom. I hope I can help the world. I hope I can give the world faith. You know, I have a coaching, guys. You know, you can follow me at Live by Midi, my Instagram. I share everything every day. I make a YouTube video a day. I share on my Instagram story. I share everything. You know, I flow. I say the truth. I'm not here to lie or, you know, for the likes, the views, the money. I'm here because I work for Jesus. You know, the Holy Spirit fills me up with energy and I share it to the world. So you can follow me on Instagram, Live by Media. You can follow, like and subscribe on YouTube, guys. You know, if you want coaching, you know, if you want to kill the feelings, if you want to get back in control, if you want to know that sky is the limit, that you can reach everything in the world, sky's the limit. If you want to find your purpose, if you want to live your purpose with your spiritual gift and help the world, guys, and be in peace in the way that I am, that you can speak about everything, because, you know, guys, that's the way, you know, send me a DM. Guys, have a wonderful day. Let's go and kill it. God bless.